Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's definitely been a little while since I actually sat down and filmed any kind of video other than like my BoxyCharm unboxings because I've had the craziest month. I have been meaning to sit down and do a story time, do a recap, talk about this holiday season, all of that for at least a month now. I have truly just been so crazy busy that I have not gotten the chance to film a video, which totally sucks, and I'm trying my absolute hardest to change that so that I can get some more regular content coming out every week. But yeah, for today's video, I'm just going to give you a little recap of my month. It's been insane with a little bit of a story time integrated into that is like 3 weeks overdue at this point, but I want to tell the story because it's kind of cool, I think, at least. And yeah, stick around if you want to hear. Okay, so it's November, tomorrow is Thanksgiving. At this point, I think I have only put out 2 videos for this entire month, which is so horrible and so lacking on my part, and I do apologize for being a slacker as I have been these past couple of months, but I promise I'm doing everything I can to make sure that that doesn't happen moving forward. Not so much that like you guys care, I don't think, but like I care because I've set my mind to putting out 2 videos a week since I started my channel last year, and for the past couple months I haven't been very good at keeping up with that. So just really like a goal of my own, I want to get better at producing content regularly because it's important to me. So that is what I'm doing, or what I'm attempting to do today. So November has been crazy busy for me. I've had a few changes in my life. I've been on this journey of like self-discovery, if you will, over the past couple of weeks, more intense than it has been in the past, just because I'm getting to that point in my life where I just want to be there in a sense of like my goals and the career I want to have and the things I want to do, and I'm getting impatient with myself. So I have been taking the past couple of weeks to really like brainstorm and be like, what do I need to do so that 2020 is my year of making things happen, my year of accomplishing these things that I've wanted to accomplish for almost 25 years of my life now. I'm gonna be 25 in May, and I think that realization is really what sparked this panic, if you will, because I mean, I feel like when everybody's young, they kind of have a vision of where they want to be at certain points in their life, and where I am right now is absolutely not what I would have wanted or pictured for myself about to be 25, you know? So I'm gonna do everything in my power over the next couple of months to make sure that by the time I hit 25, I'm at least on the right path to where I want to be. That is a long-winded introduction for me just updating you on my life. Anyways, so the very beginning of this month, I kicked it off with going to a concert in typical Paige fashion. On November 3rd, I drove up to Tampa by myself and once again took on my solo concert experience part 2, because I did go to the same concert I first went to by myself, which was Scotty Sire. I didn't want to really make like a whole concert vlog about this because I already did that back in February, but I mean, the set was similar with added in songs from the new album. Everybody did so amazing, you know. Of course, as always, I love Scotty shows. It's probably one of the very few shows that I like to go to that I kind of just like, it's like a feel-good show, you know? Like, there's only a couple of artists, Scotty, for example, Tyler Hilton, artists like that like I feel safe when I go to their shows. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's just the kind of feeling that it gives me. So I did go to Tampa, went to the show by myself. It was awesome. I had a great time. Afterwards, I was walking to my car and I noticed that the buses were parked in the parking lot right across from where I parked my car. And there was just like a few people waiting over by the buses. And I was like, you know, might as well. I really just wanted to talk to Chris and Bruce because I know that they come out after the shows and they talk to people, and like I love them. Chris specifically, like I won't say too much more about that, but I do love Chris and Bruce and I wanted to talk to them, take a picture with them, and just tell them they did amazing. Wasn't expecting to see Scott and Todd or, you know, whatever. So about 10 minutes go by and Scott's assistant comes out and she's like, hey guys, I'm sure Chris and Bruce will come out and talk to you, but just so you know, like, my guys are gone for the night, talking about Scott and Todd. And like quite a few people left because obviously that's who they were there for, but you know, good 10 to 15 of us stuck around because that's who we wanted to talk to. And about 5 minutes later, the blinds to the front of the tour bus go up and Scott and Todd are standing there and Todd is filming us and everybody starts going crazy. I, being around celebrities for 4 or 5 years now regularly with like the concerts and the conventions and, you know, friend of friends and stuff like that, people that I know, people that I've met, I have learned the art of being calm because as much as I consider myself a fangirl, I'm not like a super fan or like a crazy, like I don't freak out when I meet celebrities. Like that's just not my vibe. They're humans, and even though I get like nervous and like my heart rate will like increase, I always play it cool. So even though it was really cool, like Scott and Todd were like standing there like filming us, I stayed completely still and I was just like smiling because I thought it was funny that everybody started like freaking out and panicking and jumping up and down and screaming. So Todd starts filming me and he's like zooming in on me. If I can, I'll insert the clip right here so that you can see, because it did end up making it into his vlog. But I just thought it was really funny that he zoomed in on me specifically because I was the only one who wasn't like going crazy. So I'm proud of myself for that, because I don't want to be around celebrities and have them think I'm like some kind of like crazy super fan, because I'm really not. I just appreciate the art of the people that I'm fans of, and you know, I like to show that, but in no way, shape, or form am I one of those fangirls who's going to like jump on top of your tour bus or something like that. That's not my scene. So they film us, they're laughing, they're waving, the blinds go down, everyone's like, oh my god, blah blah blah, whatever. Not 2 seconds later, the door swings open, Scott gets off, Todd gets off, everyone's like, oh my god. And then everyone started to like calm down a little bit because they realized that they did come out to talk to us. And I was like, that's so like awesome, because I know that people paid $100 for their meet and greet beforehand. So it was really, I love when I get to meet like people that I'm fans of in not a meet and greet setting, because those are typically so rushed and so impersonal that it's just not my favorite. Like I love meeting those people obviously, but I would much rather prefer to meet someone that I'm a fan of in an outside setting so that I have time to actually have a conversation with them, because that is more important to me than anything. I waited a few minutes for Scott because I figured between Scott and Todd, like maybe Scott would have to like go back on the bus sooner than Todd would, but that ended up being the opposite case. Todd really wasn't feeling good that night. I know he was sick before the show. He took pictures with like a few people, but then he ended up going back on the bus pretty quickly. So I stood next to him, I said hi to him, he said hi to me as he was taking pictures of everybody else, but I was waiting for Scott. So he ended up going back on the bus, so I didn't get a picture with him, but I mean, I still met him technically, so that's totally cool with me. And I did wait to say hi to Scott, had a conversation with him, told him like the show is amazing, told him I came here by myself again like I did in February in Orlando. He was like, thank you so much for coming, like thanks for your support. Like we had a really nice conversation. His assistant is like super sweet. She held the light while like we took a selfie, and then he was just like, oh my god, can you still see my eyeliner like in my camera? Because for Halloween, like 3 days earlier, he like wore eyeliner I guess on stage. So I got that in like a live photo, and I'll insert the clip here because it's actually a pretty funny video. I think it's really cute.
Eyeliner.
And yeah, I got to talk to him for like a good like 2 to 3 minutes. It was like a pretty long conversation considering that there was 20 people behind me waiting to take a picture with him. It was really cool just to like talk to him, and he's so chill, he's so normal. Like I felt like real connected to him and love him even more. So then after that, I waited to talk to Chris. He was talking to like 3 girls like when I walked up, and like stood there and like waited for him to notice me. And that was kind of more where I kind of was getting nervous, because he makes me so incredibly nervous, because I think he is so cute. I love his music. You can refer to my vlog from February. I'll link it down below if you want to see like when Chris first hit the stage, and that was the first time I've ever seen him, the first time I'd ever heard of him or his music, and my stomach was just butterflies. Like from the moment he opened his mouth, I was like, oh shit. And yeah, I like admire him so much. I think he's just everything. So I definitely was more nervous to talk to him. And then when he noticed me standing there, he was just like, hey, and like he went in for a hug. We hugged. He was like, did you want to take a picture? Because like my phone was like open on the camera. Really wasn't forming sentences like a normal human. I was super nervous, and I was just like, yeah, actually I did. So we took a picture, selfie, super cute, cherish it, Christmas card photo if you will. And then he was like, what did you say your name was? And I was like, oh, I'm Paige. And then he cut me off, and he was like, yeah, I thought so. I recognize you from Instagram, but it's nice to meet you in person. And I looked down, and we're like holding hands. Like I must have like reached out to shake his hand, because I normally do that when I introduce myself, but like it was intense. Like I was just like he really like does something to me, like sorry. But yeah, he recognized me from Instagram because we have had a few like interactions, which I just like cherish. And earlier in the show, I had taken a video of him on stage, and immediately when he got off stage, like literally 30 seconds later, he like liked my story and like replied to it and stuff. So I love him. He's so underrated. If you haven't heard of Chris Bloom and you haven't listened to his music, go do it right this second, because I promise you, you will fall in love with him like I have. And then comment down below and let me know what your favorite song is, because I would love to chat about him. So then after that, I did go and talk to Bruce. We had a amazing, heart-wrenching conversation about Christina Grimmie, because they did perform at the Plaza Live the night before that. And that, if you didn't know, is where Christina was shot, and I didn't know that he was friends with her. So he told me that he didn't realize where the show was until they got there, and then he was like filled with like this overwhelming sense of like grief, because I told him like I didn't come to the show last night because I still just can't bring myself to go to the Plaza. Like it just really doesn't feel right. So he was like, yeah, like I wish I would have known, like, you know, whatever. But we had a great conversation. He's so chill, he's so down to earth. I love Bruce. And yeah, we took a picture. It was great. He's super nice. They're all super incredible and talented, and I so hope they go on tour again, because I feel like this is the kind of group of people that I would miss. But yeah, so this was a really concert heavy month. I got to see my good friend Carly Pierce again. I got to see the Jonas Brothers twice again, making that a 4 total for the Happiness Begins tour. Had a great time at those shows. Like I wish I could elaborate more, but just know that it was amazing. I had such a great time. This month has been amazing, and I'm so glad that I got to go to so many shows. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
So be careful what you're wishing for.
And what is her name? What is her name?